Summer is officially over. After months of enjoying the great outdoors, it's time to transition into cozy autumn. I'm ready to turn inwards, spend more time in my journal, read, learn, and create. Today I'm planning for September in my B5 notebook from Archer and Olive. I started off by grabbing my scrapbooking materials and playing around with those before realising that I really just want a simple theme. I never regret simple and elegant spreads, and they always make me feel happy and calm when I look at them and use them throughout the month. So when setting up my cover page, you'll see me start off with a few different pieces of paper on the page, which I'll later remove. On the left-hand side, I have my quote page where I stuck down an A5 piece of craft paper from the Archer and Olive notepads. This leaves a natural white border around the page. All supplies will be linked in the description, and for anything you buy from Archer and Olive, you can get 10% off using my code Raksha10. I then used some rub-on stickers from Miso paper to decorate the page. To use these, you cut out your design of choice, peel off the backing, and stick the design on the page. You then just need to apply a bit of pressure onto the sticker to transfer it onto your page. I used a wooden stick that I got from Miso paper, but you could use anything with a flat edge that allows you to push down onto the page. You then peel the sticker off and you can see the lovely design transferred over onto your page. It's a really nice way of using stickers because it almost looks like you've coloured in the flower yourself. On a piece of grid paper, I wrote up the perfect quote for September. Embrace the current season of your life. I love the play on the word season in the quote. We are moving into a new season in a literal sense, but I like the idea of also appreciating the different seasons of your life. There will be different phases throughout life. Some will be hard, some will be fun. They're all different and all temporary, so it's important to just embrace them at the time. Hard times will pass, and so do good times, so appreciating the temporary nature of things is usually what helps me get through tough phases with my kids, or relationships, or work, and it helps me just enjoy the present before it becomes a distant memory. If you subscribe to my newsletter, you've probably heard me talk about this a lot already. I think I dedicated a whole newsletter to this topic about a year ago. If you're interested in hearing more of my weekly musings, feel free to sign up to my newsletter over on my blog, which you can find in the description box of this video. I used my grid spacing ruler to quickly find the middle of the page. I then stuck the quote there so it's in the centre. I then added some more light purple flowers around the quote, followed by a piece of washi tape. Finally, I thought I'd add another pop of colour to the top corner with a sticky note from the stationery pal unboxing I did a few weeks ago here on my channel, and I added a couple more flowers. For my cover page, you'll notice that the page is now white without the scrapbooking paper because I pulled it all out. I used my grid spacing ruler to find the centre of the page again, and I wrote up September across it with a Tombow Fudenosuke pen. Underneath, I'm adding a mini calendar for September using the calendar stencil from my Etsy shop. I found some nice pink flowers to transfer onto the page. They show up really well on the white page, and I really like the simple, elegant look it creates. Using stickers is a nice way to get creative in your bullet journal, especially for those times that you don't feel inspired to draw, but you still feel like having a bit of fun decorating the page. I'd definitely recommend it if you feel like changing things up. Next, I have the monthly log for September, where I'll put all of my events, goals, and tasks for the month. I used my grid spacing ruler to divide the page into 2 columns and 2 rows, creating boxes on the right-hand page. On the left-hand page, I'm going to set up a standard monthly log with all of the dates listed out, Rider Carol style. This pretty much gives you everything you need for listing out your events for the month, and highlighting the weekends with a marker makes it nice and easy to see where each week begins and ends. On the right-hand page, I added some markings to create boxes within the 4 spaces that I can draw up in pen. If you want to keep it quick and easy though, you could just draw over the pencil lines with a pen and not create boxes within them, and that way you get more space to write within the boxes too. Using a black fine liner, I drew up some different borders to create my 4 boxes. These boxes are dedicated to what I want to focus on in September, like my candle designs, daily yoga with Adrian, tasks that I know of already that I can write down, like buy my kids' school uniform, sort out my taxes. And I also have a section for what I'm going to read and what I'm planning to learn this month. The platform that I use for learning is Skillshare, who are kindly sponsoring this video. I use Skillshare to take classes on productivity, art, photography, and so many other creative subjects. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. It's a chance to explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. Recently, I took the class iPhone Photography, how to take pro photos on your iPhone. When I'm out and about, like over this summer, I don't usually have my big camera with me, so it was great to learn more about the settings you can use on your phone to take better photos. The teacher, Dale McManus, talks about strategies you can use for framing photos perfectly. Remembering these is really useful when you're taking photos on any device, and I found it really helpful hearing about how to use the natural light around you to get perfect exposure in your photos and how you can get creative with it too. He also walks through how to edit your photos on your phone to create stunning images on the go, which I found really useful because I can capture beautiful shots wherever I want to with just my phone on me. I've been using Skillshare for about 2 years now, and I love that there are no adverts and there are always new premium classes being launched, so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. Back to the spread, I'm adding some more of the floral stickers to the monthly log, and I really like how it turned out in the end, especially the corners on the left-hand side with the purple shading behind the flowers. I'm curious about whether you use stickers in your journals, or if you prefer doodles, or if you use paints, or if you prefer to just be really minimal. Let me know in the comments how you like to set up your pages. I like using everything really, but keeping the designs minimal, as you can probably see from my videos. Over on the next page, I divided the page into 3 rows to use the middle row for a gratitude brain dump. One of the options in the sticker pack were these flowers shaped like they're meant to go in a corner, so I used those to create a box around the middle. Usually I set up a page that I'll use as a gratitude log throughout the month, but this time I felt like doing something different. I did a full brain dump of all the things that I'm grateful for, anything and everything that came to mind. Even things that I often find myself complaining about, like crumbs all over the floor or dirty dishes, because really those can be things to be grateful for. They're a byproduct of the full and happy home we live in, spending time with each other or doing things, which means you don't always get the chance to collect every crumb off the floor or have a perfect Instagram-worthy home. This is a really good exercise to do whenever you can because it leaves you feeling really positive and grounded and helps you focus on what's really important to you without overlooking the simple things. Speaking of simple things, I have my list dedicated to simple things that I can enjoy in September. I used my simple things stencil to set up space for the 5 simple pleasures that I thought of, and I thought it would look really nice to put one of the bigger flowers in the middle of the circle. On my list I have make a summer memories page, notice summer transition into autumn, try a new daily routine aligned with the season, light candles to mark the start of autumn, enjoy the last of the summer evenings outdoors. Next, I have my motivation wheel, using the motivation wheel stencil in my Etsy shop. I have a whole video explaining the psychology behind this and how to use it, which I can link for you in the description and the cards. But in summary, it's a way of managing your 3 motivation systems: your threats, your drive, and your soothing system. As humans, we've evolved to constantly look for threats around us, whether they're real or even if we've made them up in our own minds. You can feel threatened by anything: other people, deadlines, daunting tasks, or even your own insecurities. For example, I know after the summer of not really working much and enjoying time with my kids, I'm probably going to feel threatened by some of the deadlines approaching, feeling like I'm falling behind on my projects and like I'm being punished by algorithms because I've been absent. So these kinds of things are what I'd put in the first portion of the wheel. The next part is dedicated to the activities that will use my drive system, the goals, tasks, and projects that I'll be pushing myself to achieve. All of those will use the drive system. Overusing the threat and drive system can lead to stress, anxiety, and exhaustion and need to be balanced out. So the final third of the wheel is where you put in all of the things that you're going to do to soothe yourself. I always feel better when I make some time for yoga and for reading and for walks and spend quality time with the family. Next, I have a spread idea I wanted to share with you, which is dedicated to simply jotting down what you've done in a week. Similar to a list of highlights for a week, but it can be everything. Small wins, big accomplishments, or even things that aren't so good, like a weekly check-in. It's a useful quick one for when you haven't set up a weekly layout or haven't used your weekly log much, and it's one that I've enjoyed using over the summer when things have been less structured. You feel so much better after doing this, especially if you're feeling like you haven't done anything you needed to do in the week. You can just go in and take the time to appreciate what you have done. Like, this week I did the grocery shopping, I played a board game, I did the laundry, I met with a friend, I survived a stressful week at work. Those are just some examples of what you could put on there. But getting it all out really helps you appreciate what you have done rather than what you haven't. Finally, I have my weekly spread for the first week of September. Recently, I've been using a version of the Alistair method, which ends up looking something like this. To set up, I divided the page into quarters using my grid spacing ruler. Then, using the ruler, I split the top row into quarters, 4 sections on each page, giving 8 in total. The first box is where I write September and put in a mini calendar to see the month ahead. The remaining 7 will be a box for each day of the week to write in any events, not my tasks, just events, so I can see what's going on in the week and where I need to be and when. The rest of the left-hand page is dedicated to tasks. And using this method, you just need a big column for all of your tasks for the week. And to the left of it, list out Monday to Friday and the migrate symbol. On the right-hand page, you can put in any categories you want to have that you find helpful for the week. Weekly reminders, habit trackers, goals, highlights, or a section for gratitude. How it works is you list everything you need to get done in the week, and you can keep adding that throughout the week. Then add a mark alongside the day you want to do that task. If you get it done, change the mark to a cross. If you don't, use the migrate symbol to move it to the next day. At the end of the week, mark off all of the things that didn't get done in the migrate column, and you can move those to the weekly spread for the following week. This method has just been working really well for me at the moment, so I thought I'd share that with you. So this is my setup for September. I'll be adding some more spreads as and when I need them, and I plan to do a summer memories page too, which I'll share over on Instagram. So follow me over there if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.